Ruth, what are they asking you right now? What are they, Ruth, what are they asking you?
Put me on speaker. Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
Can you hear me, Jason? Can you hear her? Can you hear me?
I can barely hear you. Can you talk closer to the phone, please?
I can.
Who,
Okay, are you familiar with the Afros
Who-
for the baby after delivery?
who am I speaking with?
This is Pam, the nurse.
Pam, the nurse. Okay, now what was the question, Pam?
Are you familiar with the AFSAR scores that a baby gets after delivery?
I didn't understand what you said.
The scores that they give a baby right when they're born.
Are you talking about NAS scores?
They're called AFSAR scores. And usually you're going to hear like an 8 or 9 or something like that.
Okay, I guess. Go ahead. Continue.
Are you familiar with that?
I think honestly, Pam, I'm not working in the medical field, so I'm not
That's okay.
well versed in that. So maybe you could explain it for me.
That's what I was explaining to Ruth just now. Okay, when a baby's born, at 1 minute and at 5 minutes, they give the baby a score based on 5 different things: their color, their tone, their heart rate, their respiration, and their reflexes. Okay, each of those 5 things can get up to 2 points, which is a total of 10 points.
And he's scoring below that because of him having mercurium in his air passage.
Well, there's different things, but I'm giving you the basic score. The best score a baby can get is 10, and most babies don't get a 10 because they're a little pale at the first minute or something like that. So 10 is very rare. 8 and 9 are the more common numbers. They give the score at 1 minute, and they give the score at 5 minutes. And if the baby's not doing well, they'll do another score at 10 minutes. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Knowing that 10 is the highest score a baby can get, Ethan's score was 1, 1, and 3.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Pam. What is the hospital doing to get him back on track?
Well, the reason, the 1 point that he got was because he had a heart rate. And then at the 5 minutes, the 1 point he got was because he had a heart rate, which means he was not breathing on his own at all. They had to put a tube down his throat to help him breathe. And
the reason for putting the tube down the throat is what they said in the operating room is because he had mercurium down his throat.
Right. Correct.
Okay.
The reason I'm explaining this is because Ruth Ann thinks that we took the baby, that we're lying about the baby not doing well because we just wanted to get him away from you. That is the reason I started to tell her about the AFSAR scores, but then she wanted me to tell you also. So we are not lying about the baby. The baby was barely alive when the baby came out.
The baby was
doing okay now.
Now, let me ask you a question. Pam. In your experience and your medical training and all the years you've been doing this, do you feel that Ruth and I had any control over that situation within the womb?
What we're trying to say is it is a good thing you delivered him today.
Okay, well...
The fact that he wasn't delivered before today, there's nothing you can do about that. It's a good thing he delivered today, because if you had left us this morning and tried to go somewhere else, he may not have made it.
Okay, but
I'm trying to assure you that it's a good thing he delivered now.
Okay, so that now, so him, the theory of us leaving and him getting worse is now a moot point. He is now in the best condition he can be in for the moment. And I'm going to ask you again, is the hospital, is the doctor, all the personnel involved, are they taking the position that the reason he's in the condition he's in now is because we neglected to have him birthed until today?
We have no way of knowing that.
Okay, thank you.
The only thing we know is what he looked like on our tracing this morning. And that's why it's good that he came out now.
Okay, so is he improving?
I I don't know. I'm with Ruth. He's in the NICU. I'm with Ruth trying to keep track of her.
I thought maybe you might have got some news. I'm just asking.
No, when they can, the nurse practitioner or the doctor will come over and talk to Ruth as soon as they can. Right now, they're still working with them.
Okay. Now, I have a question.
The reason I told her this is because she feels like we took it away just to keep him away.
Well, someone told security that I'm not the father and that she stated that when I know she didn't state that.
Okay, my understanding is prior to coming into the triage room, she did state that.
No, she did not. I have everything recorded, and I can assure you that we did not say that. She did not say that.
Jason, I have nothing to do with that. I'm trying to prove that the baby, it's a good thing the baby came out. The baby, I'm just trying to explain to Ruth that it's a good thing the baby came out now.
Okay.
There's nothing we could have done. Yes, having a delivery on the 2nd when she was scheduled may have improved his chances, but we don't know that.
Okay.
We just know we're working with today, and I'm just trying to assure her that we are not just taking the baby to keep him away from her. He is in critical condition right now, and he's in the best place, which is the NICU.
And the reason he's in critical.
That's the only thing I'm talking about.
Let me ask you a question, Pam, and I'm not expecting you to have a definitive answer, but I'm asking just in case you might. Is the reason that he is in critical condition because of his airways being blocked from meconium being in his system?
No. If you remember him being on the monitor with the big drops in the heart rate that he was having,
yeah.
A lot of that was because he was so overdue and his placenta was just not providing enough oxygen for him.
Okay, and there's no way that we could have known that. Let me finish here. I'm obviously doing this for the record here. There's no way that we could have known that until you diagnosed that, which you did a great job of letting us know. Thank God that you guys were there to let us know that. But there's no way that we could have known that without having those monitors on that baby.
Correct.
Okay.
I'm addressing the fact that Ruth said we should have just effing left here. I'm trying to assure her that would not have been a good idea.
Okay, well, and
that's the only thing I'm doing.
For Ethan's sake. Okay.
Correct.
Okay, well that is the most important thing for Ethan's sake. That is correct. The most pinnacle.
From outside.
What's that?
That was the best thing for Ethan, was for him to be born on the outside where we can take care of him.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
He had an excellent NICU.
So even if we said that he was the father, not saying that he is, but even if we did, he would still be escorted out.
Because I was with you guys back in the OR, I don't know everything that happened out here.
But
I do know that there was a lot of concerns and a lot of implications given that you guys would take the baby and run.
How would we do that when there's a monitor on the baby?
That's just part of the reasoning.
But it's
okay.
Okay. Well, let me reason this with you. Hang on a second, Pam. Bear with me here. I know you didn't ask to be part of this situation, so please, dear, understand that I'm not bearing down on you. Okay? I understand. You were just on duty. We walked into a situation. With that said, when there was a concern, what about the fact that the babies are clipped with a monitor and there's a monitoring system? And also, what about the fact that he's in the NICU and he's in critical? How were we to take him out of the NICU and run with him, as someone would say? So I'm only laying this.
My understanding from security is that the reason what happened in here happened is because when they came to approach you, it was a very hostile situation.
No, man, I'm just for the record, since it's mentioned, that is not true. As soon as I walked through the door to go to the recovery room, I wasn't recording anybody. I was walking out of the OR and they told me at that point at the door that I was being told to leave. I was trespassing, and they would not give me an indication as to why until several minutes later when the security said that I was recording him. Because I pulled out my phone as soon as they did that. I didn't have my phone ready, but I got my phone shortly after, and I began recording and told them I was going to record. And then he said, the reason you're being put out and you're trespassing is because you're recording me without my permission. And I said, well, then get out of the video if you don't want to be recorded. Why am I being thrown out of the hospital? Have I committed a crime? He said, now you're causing a disturbance. You're being thrown out for that. So there was no indication to me when I walked out of that OR main door to go to the recovery room that in fact I was being put out for any reason. He just said, you have to leave, sir. You're trespassing. You're on private property. Those were his words. And he repeated that numerous times.
Jason, I don't know any of that, because I was with you back in the early, so I don't know.
Well, don't worry. Hey, Pam, let me just say this real quick. Let me if I could. And again, I'm not bearing down on you, dear. You got my girlfriend, my fiance there, the mother of my twins, who's devastated. So if for no other reason, and I'm not saying this is the only reason, just I don't. You're our friend at this point. This is going to be on YouTube and Facebook, so you'll be able to see the details of what was said. Believe that. And it's going to a lawyer right away.
Okay. Well,
So.
I want you to get off the phone, because I was only trying to clear up for Ruth that we are not lying about the baby. The baby scores were 1, 1, and 3 out of 10.
Okay.
That is the only thing I was trying to explain to Ruth, and she wanted me to explain it to you also. The baby is in the best place right now that he needs to be in.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so I'm going to give the phone back to Ruth right now, okay? I finished my 30.
Thank you, Pam.
You're welcome.
All right. Ruth.
Yeah.
Are you a little calmer now, baby? I know that's a tough question, but I'm just asking for your own good. Are you a little calmer? Hey.
Not to let anybody in.
Hold on, I can't hear a single thing. I can't hear a single thing with that door open. All right, listen, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna keep that phone handy. Make sure it's charged if you can. I'm gonna end this right now, and I'm gonna try to get a hold of Elizabeth. Okay? Are you okay, Ruth? I'm not gonna get off the phone till I know that you can handle it. Just for the record, Ruth, I'm talking for the camera now, okay? So just bear with me. Just for the record, again, this is Ruth Ann Simpkins in Valley Health in Winchester, Virginia. She just had a C-section completed at 4:26 a.m. She is cut wide open, stitched up under morphine for the pain, and they have ripped the baby away. Obviously, as you can see, for good reasons. They say medically, we don't know that to be a fact, but he did have a breathing tube down his throat when I saw him, so I did witness that. And they're saying that he's scoring low on the scores there. And they kicked me out of the hospital without giving me any indication of a crime I committed. They applied accusations that were after the fact when they were throwing me out, and I objected. So this is what they do to people. You know, this is what they do to people, especially people who want to exercise their constitutional rights and protect themselves. So I'm going to end this for now so I can make a phone call to a friend and see if she can go out and be with Ruth and keep her company and calm her down a little bit. So I'm going to sign off for now. It is 5:56 a.m. September 9th, 2014. Signing off.